Welcome, all of you all. Today, we are going to look into the poem All the World's a Stage by William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616. Talking about the poet William Shakespeare, he is the greatest English dramatist, a great poet of all times, playwright, and an actor. He is also known as the England's national poet and the Bard of Avon. This poem, All the World is a Stage, is a piece from his play, As You Like It. Introducing the poem, Shakespeare has compared life with a stage. The poet has picked up the medieval philosophies and has shown us the elements of 7 deadly sins for theological reasons. So now, what is theology? Theology is the study of God's nature as well as religious beliefs. So here is the poem, All the World is a Stage, which is a monologue. It's a free verse where metaphor being the dominant figurative speech. In the future slides, we will see stanza-wise explanation of the poem. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exit and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his act being 7 ages, at first the infant. This first stanza explains that the poet is comparing the world to a stage, and all the characters called the players by the poet are the performers on the stage, which is life. Line 3 here states that about the exit and the entrances of the players, which refers to the actor's birth and death, which starts the moment they take birth and enter the cycle of life. As every character plays his or her role while they are born, role such as a son, a brother, a lover, a husband, a friend, a grandfather, and so on and so forth. These characters make up the stage called life. According to the poet, this act, the play of life, is divided into 7 parts by the poet. First, being an infant, mewing and puking in the nurse's arm, then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snails, unwilling to school, and then the lover, sighing like furnace with a woeful ballad. In this stanza, the poet beautifully describes the moment of the child has taken birth. He has entered the stage of life, which symbolizes the infancy. The infant's soft cries and his throwing up in the nurse's arms symbolizes that the character has taken birth on the stage of life. This infant now grows up from being an infant to a second stage, which is a boyhood. And now that he has to go to school, the boy starts complaining of his school bag, which is a symbol of pressure put on the boy. Even though his face of a boy is innocent, shining just as the pleasant morning, still he gives in the fear of going to the school and is unwilling to go to the school, thus throwing up tantrums of working slow to avoid going to school, which is referred as creeping like snail. In the 4th line, the boy enters the third stage of life, the man's life, when he assumes the form of a lover and he sings for his beloved and praises her eyebrows. Also, the emotions extremes are penned down by the poem in these lines when he states about the man being a lover and praising his beloved. Rather, at the same time, he is full of rage, fury, which is symbolized by the use of the word furnace, which symbolizes heat or hot temperament. Made to his mistress's eyebrows. Then a soldier, full of strange oaths and beard like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth, and then the justice. These lines depict the fourth stage of the man's life, where he has turned matured, taken up a profession such as a soldier's, where he takes strange oaths. Herein, as the poet beautifully describes, soldier to be a leopard by the use of the word hard. He bestows the quality of ferociousness of a leopard on a soldier, the man. During this stage of life, the man also possesses jealousy of honor towards other. He is ready to pick up quarrels for his short-term reputation, like a young man who is readily enters a fight for his friends without even realizing how dangerous the situation can be, or he may end up risking his life in front of a cannon or a gun. In fair round belly, with good capon lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances, and so he plays this part. The sixth stage shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloons. In the fifth stage, man has entered the middle age. A matured attitude and an outlook has been developed by this man due to his past experiences and future insight. He is firm, serious, and grim. He is full of experiences, and a formal beer cut describes or symbolizes his maturity. The fourth line in the stanza now brings this matured man into the sixth stage, which is old age, wherein the man now has given up all the fashion and only looks into comfort while he wears slippers and loose pants. With spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose well saved a world too wide for his shrunk shack and his big manly voice, turning again towards the childish tremble, pipes and whistles in his sound, last scene of all, that ends this strange eventful history. In second, childishness and mere oblivion, sand teeth, sand eyes, sand taste, sand everything. In this stanza, he has now turned weak, lean, and old. Thus, his spectacles glide down his nose, which reflects that his eyesight has turned weak. The curves of his legs during his young age have now glided down, and thus his savings don't fit on this worn out body. His teeth have fallen, which gives his speech a whistling effect. No taste of his food can be sensed, as he has turned from old to very old, where he has lost his teeth, lost his senses. He is just a child. He is childish and weak. His memories have weakened along with his body, and now he has completed his part in the stage of life and is ready to part away, as his life has come full circle. In this next slide, I have for you is figure of speech. The predominant figure of speech in this poem is metaphor, wherein the lines listed below are the examples of metaphor. Then we have simile, and next is alliteration. We have onomatopoeia, inversion, transferred epithet, synecdoche, and imagery. That with spectacles or nose and pouch on the side creates a form or image in front of our eyes which reflects imagery. Then I have this appreciation for 5 marks which is being asked in the state board exams. The title, the name of the poet, rhyming scheme, figure of speech, central idea. The title of the poem, All the World is a Stage, written by Shakespeare. This poem is in a free verse and it is a monologue. The rhyming scheme here does not exist. The dominant figure of speech used is metaphor. The theme of the poem is cycle of life, and the central idea of the poem is the comparison of the world to a stage and all human beings, the actors, the players in the poem.